What up, guys? This is Mooks of the West from Geeks of the West. So, I have a question. Is gaming harmful? What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe so? Well, a couple weeks ago, I started reading. It has had its benefits. It has benefited me. However, that is not the story. So, this old lady comes through my line. She's not that old, maybe 55, 67. The senior citizen comes through my line. I'm a cashier, and you know how it is. They tell us to talk to our customer, and to me that's easy. I can do that. So I tell her how in school I hated reading. And now that I'm out of high school, I enjoy it. And the reason why I brought this up was because she was purchasing a book through my check stand. So I decided, perfect time to make a conversation. So I talk about how I hated reading. So she goes on to tell me how reading is good, and it helps you gain knowledge, opens up pathways neurologically in your brain. Which I already knew that. She didn't talk about the neurological pathways. I already knew that, but I'm just saying, she was talking about it, and She just wasn't using words like neurological and pathway, brain pathways. She was explaining it in the context of it helps you learn more and you can gain more knowledge and whatnot. And so on. I expected that. I mean, that's kind of the conversation I was trying to have with her. Then she goes on to tell me video games are bad. She goes full on biblical speaking, and she says reading books is a lot more skill, and it's better than those demonic video games. And I'm like, holy shit. Okay, that's not literally what happened, but she went on to explain how it takes a lot more patience to read through a book, which is true. And she says that books are just more beneficial than video games are. And she goes on and on about how kids these days are gaining no skills. So I tell her, I think a balanced approach is the best way to learn. Basically, I was saying games do have their place. Now, I can't argue with the lady. Okay, she's a customer. Not to mention, if I say something she disagrees with and piss her off, it could cause her to go talk to my manager saying I pissed her off and I was arguing with her and I have terrible customer service. I swear to God, customers bitch over less. Whether or not you believe me, it's true. Customers bitch over less. Over 20-cent fucking coupons they will bitch over. So this, of course, prompted me to make a video. I was sitting on my toilet, dropping a deuce, and I was thinking about a video I could make. So I decided I would love to talk about this video because it's not news. It's not a recent event in gaming. It's not something that's going on in gaming. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I guess it is something that is happening in gaming because video games are a controversy. It's a controversial subject. A lot of people think that it causes violence. I've made a couple videos about my opinion on video games and violence, and I just don't see a correlation. Neither do actual studies, studies that could be trusted, basically, and unbiased studies and educated studies, or tests that have been done by educated individuals who aren't necessarily biased or whatever. And for my own personal life, I've been playing video games forever. I have never once hurt somebody physically, and I've never done anything terribly bad. I haven't broken any laws at all. Nothing that'll get me arrested anyway. I've done stupid shit, of course, just like every other teenager does in his life, and I'm 18 years old, so I'm still probably gonna do stupid shit. I try not to do stupid shit, but it happens. It's part of growing up. You do stupid shit. Everybody's done stupid shit. It's that simple. You can't argue with that. Even the adults who are all like, oh my gosh, kids these days are just so bad. Yeah, I guarantee they smoked fucking 5 pounds of pot every day and fucking got in a fight with somebody and was swearing out of their ass. I guarantee. But I wanted to talk about this because it's coming from me personally talking about whether or not video games are harmful. So, are video games harmful? The simple answer, the easy answer, and the long answer even, no. No matter what you say, no, it's not harmful. But, there is a but. I will give this to the people who do think that gaming causes violence. But, if somebody is mentally ill, video games can give mentally ill people ideas. But, if we are going to specifically target gaming, then we are going to have to target movies, the news, and television. All of that. And if we want to go even farther, any literature that you can read, any novel, novella, any short story, poem, songs, music, anything, quotes, newspapers, the internet. There is just so many mediums that could really give somebody ideas, not just from video games. If somebody is mentally ill, no matter what they do, they're going to get ideas from some sort of entertainment medium. So if it wasn't video games, it would be movies. If it wasn't movies, it would be music. If it wasn't music, it would be books. If it wasn't books, it would be poems. If it wasn't poems, it would be short stories. If it wasn't short stories, it would be what other people talk about, okay? We'd have to target freedom of speech as well. So video games are not the problem, because there is more than one way to get creative ideas if you are a fucking mentally unstable unstable psychopath. Okay, if you are an unstable psychopath, there is nothing stopping you from getting fantastic ideas that are just warped and just hurt the brain of an average person. Think about it. How much fucked up shit have you heard? How many times have you heard fucked up shit and it gave you an idea? How many times have you watched the news and you hear about some sort of terrific event? How many times have you read a biography? How many times have you read a history book and you get ideas? How many times have you watched your favorite NCIS, CSI crime television shows? How many times have you watched your favorite your favorite war movie, Black Hawk Down, Saving Private Ryan? You get some weird ass ideas. Or, your action movies, like a lot of the James Bond movies and other spy movies. You get some pretty twisted fucking ideas. So, sure, video games can make somebody more creative, but so can movies and TV shows. But if you are to argue that it'll make somebody mentally unstable get some gruesome ideas, cause creativity, what do you think it'll do to somebody who is mentally stable? Somebody who uses their human features for good, for technological advances, for medical advances, for literature and entertainment advances. What do you think do you think they're not prone to the creativity they get from that mentally unstable people get from video games? Is that what you're saying? That only mentally unstable people are able to get creative ideas from video games? Is that what you are saying? Because it sure as hell sounds like it. So let me just sum up what I just said in the last 30 seconds. A lot of people will say that video games help mentally unstable people creatively when they are coming up with something gruesome to do or something violent to do. But on the flip side, wouldn't that help the creativity of somebody who is trying to come up with a cure for cancer, a cure for diabetes, a cure for AIDS, or some technological advancement that could help us reduce carbon emissions? Even though I'm not a big global warming conspiracy theory, I don't believe in global warming to the extent that other people do, but you gotta realize that regardless if we are causing global warming, less carbon emissions are somewhat of a good thing. Anyway, this isn't a global warming debate, but there could be somebody who figures out a way to make a renewable resource more efficient. Somebody who can help us get to the moon faster, who can help us explore other planets faster. Don't you think that them playing video games and getting that sort of creativity would help us, humankind in the long run? More efficient cars, more efficient antibiotics, more efficient medication, more efficient everything. Okay, we could figure out a way how to, I don't know, feed people in Africa or give them clean fucking water, cheaply too, to where everybody can afford it. Okay, do you get what I mean? That's simple, guys. Okay, and no, video games aren't necessarily the prime answer. You're not gonna learn a bunch from video games, but what video games do actually help in, and it has been proven, is that video games can help you be more creative. They can help you solve problems a lot easier and strategize a lot better. They can also help hand-eye coordination, which is true, because okay, so video games don't teach you how to hold a gun. Okay, they don't teach you how to work a weapon, but it has been shown in studies that somebody who just got done playing video games about an hour before they go target practice have better accuracy than somebody who doesn't play video games. Now, a lot of anti-games, games cause violence, people will say, well, that's proof that video games are a bad thing. Well, no, that's not true, because it helps your hand-eye coordination. You're just taking one negative aspect of good hand-eye coordination. What good hand-eye coordination is going to do is going to create healthier human beings. It's going to create better athletes so we can watch better sports, okay? And it's going to create better drivers on the road, because hand-eye coordination and being aware of your surroundings are kind of the same thing, or they're interchangeable and they relate to each other. You need to be aware of your surroundings. So not only we're creating healthier humans, because somebody who's mentally unstable decides to use that hand-eye coordination for evil, does not mean that video games are evil. Okay, would you say that antibiotics are evil because an antibiotic might save somebody in the future who turns out to be the next Adolf Hitler? Do you get what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. Are we gonna say that fruits and vegetables and lean meats and red meats are bad because it kept somebody healthy who wanted to kill people with his bare hands? Yeah, because he was healthy enough to do it. Do you see what I mean? It's the equivalent. That is the other extreme. That is, if you're gonna say that video games, which help hand-eye coordination and help you be aware of your surroundings and make you more creative, is bad because some people choose to use that for evil, then whoever lifts weights and eats food, has a well-balanced diet, with their fats and their sugars, and they eat the proper amount of everything and they're active, that's bad because it allowed them to be healthy to actually kill people and actually overpower their victims. Do you get what I mean? That is the extreme that people who are anti-video games are going to. It's not the same thing, but it is the extreme. So whether or not you choose to believe it, video games are beneficial. Video games help you with hand-eye coordination, help you with problem solving, and it helps you be aware of your surroundings. And also, it's a good relief from real life. Now, books do have their place. Books help you think more. They help your imagination, because you're imagining, the scenes in a book. You have to think a little bit, and it does take patience, which helps your what's the word I'm looking for? Your attention span. It helps that. Just like movies and television, if you're watching a really good show that makes you think, you have to think, and you relate to more characters on TV, because you learn the backstory of a character. So you learn emotions that way. So I think a balance is the key. I don't think somebody should just play video games. I don't think somebody should just watch TV. I don't think somebody should just read books. I think you should read, you should play video games, you should watch television, you should eat a good diet. And by good diet, I'm not going to push vegetables or stuff on that, because a lot of medical shit or a lot of diet fads out there are bullshit. Anyway, this is Mooks of the West signing out. Have a good one.